Hi everyone, it's Cheryl and welcome to my sewing room. I have a really easy project for you to do and it's really fast to make. All you need is 5 small pieces of fabric and some polyfill stuffing to make this really cute heart-shaped pincushion. I'll even show you how easy it is to draw your own heart-shaped pattern. So let's get started. To create your heart shape, you can either use cookie cutters. I got this package of cookie cutters at one of the dollar stores for under $1. Or you can draw your own heart shape. So let me show you how to do that. Just take some paper, fold it in half, and then draw half a heart. Then use scissors and cut this out. And then unfold it and you have a heart. So you can draw your heart shape any shape you want. I'm going to use the cookie cutter, and my cookie cutter is a little over 4 inches, 4 by 4. But I want it just slightly larger. So take one of your fabrics, and you're going to need 4 pieces of fabric, and you can either have them all the same color, or as I'm going to do is I'm going to have a different color on top than on the bottom. So this darker color here I'm going to use on the bottom. So turn one of your fabrics face with the back side facing up, and then you're going to draw around your cookie cutter or the template that you have made. But like I said, I want it to be just a little bit bigger. So I'm going to go out about 1 inch and make it a little bit bigger. After you've traced around your heart pattern, then layer all your fabrics together and then pin around the edges. Then take scissors and cut on your drawn line. Take 2 of them and make sure they're front sides together on both. Then pin around the edges. After pinning, then stitch 1/4 inch seam all around these edges. Leave an area about 2 inches long that you will not stitch over. Make sure you backstitch on each side of your opening. So as you begin to stitch, you're going to stitch down to this corner here. Whenever you come to any corner or sharp turn, leave your needle down through the fabric. Lift up your presser foot, turn your fabric, and then lower the presser foot and continue stitching. When you come to curved areas, turn your fabric really slow as you stitch, and then there's another sharp turn right here. Continue stitching all the way around, and don't forget to back stitch. Don't stitch over this opening. After you have finished stitching, I've already got this one stitched together. Down here at the point, you're going to cut a little bit of this off. You can use scissors or a rotary cutter. So trim that off. Then on all of the curved areas, do little clips all the way around, like that. And you're going to have them fairly close together. This way, when you turn it front side out, the edges look nice. Now, when you get to this little dip here at the top of the heart, go straight into that point and do a little clip. Now be careful not to cut through your stitches. Reach in through the opening and begin turning it front side out. So I would go down to that lower corner first and begin pulling it through. If you have something like this, a chopstick, then reach in and poke out that lower bottom corner of your heart. Push against the seam all around those curved areas to push it out. Turn the edges in at your opening 1/4 inch and pin it down. Press your heart or both hearts completely flat. Give it a real good pressing. Then at your sewing machine, stitch over this opening and stitch real close to the edge and continue stitching close to the edge all the way around, and you're doing that on both of your hearts. If you're interested in having that little loop so that you can hang your pincushion up on your bulletin board or in the corner of your sewing area, you need to get it up out of the way, cut a piece of fabric that's about 7 inches long by 2 inches wide. And then fold it in half and press it with your iron. Then open it up and bring the edge in towards that fold line and press it on this edge there. Then take the other side and fold it in. So they're both folded in towards the center. Then one more fold, fold it in half and press. And then stitch close to the edge right along here. Stack the two hearts together. So bring one on top of the other. Pin your edges together. And again, you're going to leave an opening over here that you're not going to stitch over. Stitch a 1/2 inch seam all around here. So you would back stitch and begin stitching around here, and then back stitch just before the opening is. A trick so that you know where that 1/2 inch is on your sewing machine. I pulled the throat plate off of my machine so I could show you. Now my needle is going to go right down here in the center. Okay, so there's my center. Take a ruler or seam gauge and place it there. And you can see where that 1/2 inch is. Then right here, my 1/2 inch is right over that 0 there, because there's the number 10. These are in millimeters. Some of the throat plates, like Baby Lock, has some that are in inches, and those are really helpful. So place a piece of tape along there. Then when you begin to stitch, you just keep the edge of your hearts right up against that tape, okay? And this way, you'll have a nice even seam all the way around. Before you begin stitching, you want to put your loop in there. Now, when I finished stitching this loop, it was 7 inches, but I decided it was too long, and I cut it down to 5.5. Fold it in half and insert it right in here at the top of the heart, and then pin it down. To stuff the pincushion, I'm using polyfill stuffing. I bought mine at Walmart, and it's really inexpensive there, but you can get it at any hobby and craft and many fabric stores. When you're pulling it out of the bag, break it up into small pieces. It's going to look better when you're done. Then take some and begin to push it in through the opening here. So open it up and begin pushing it in. And you've got a small opening there, so take your time. And if you need help getting it in place, use a chopstick. Now this stick happened to come in the bag of polyfill, and it's come in almost every bag I've ever bought. So look down in the bag, especially if yours is new, and you're going to find one in there. You can use it to push the stuffing wherever you need it to go. So you'd be surprised how much of this stuffing will fit in this little tiny pincushion. After you've finished putting the stuffing in, then close this up and go ahead and stitch it closed. For more easy pincushion projects, play this video all the way to the end until a green screen appears, and then click on the links. I hope this video was helpful to you. Now, if you like this video, please click on the old thumbs up button, and also click on share to share this video with your friends. And if you haven't subscribed yet, click on that red subscribe button down there in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. Then enter your email address and then click on the little bell so that you receive email notifications. If you're not receiving the email notifications, then you need to go to your cell phone or your iPad or tablet and go into Settings, look for Notifications button, and push it to on. Then you'll start receiving the notifications. I'm Cheryl. This is Manny. So glad you came to my sewing room. We'll see you next time, and happy sewing!